Xianxia now understood that those people were all queuing up, about 200 people or so. "Why are you testing the pills?" Xianxia asked. The old man's eyes were sharp. He could tell that Xianxia did not understand much about this matter, and was a kid that had just left the mountain. The main reason is that after Alchemist refined the pill, he was not clear about the use of his own pill, which was why he invited many people to try eating it, and then analyzed the effects to improve his pill formula. In the past few years, many people have died. The old man said. The fiction. The fastest new sections of the fiction. Xianxia originally wanted to queue up and give it a try, but after hearing this, he felt that it was better to forget about it. "Old sir, I want to buy some pills. It has to be helpful in raising your strength." Xianxia said, "It's best if it is cheaper. I do not have many jade money." "All right, come with me." The old man brought Xianxia to a counter and took out a small jade bottle from inside. "Little brother, I think you have not cultivated a Tao body yet, right? Are you lacking divine deity, or is it the divine deity of the second divine sense C, or the first divine sense C?" When Xianxia heard the old man's words, the cultivation system here was exactly the same as what he knew. Second divine sense C's. Bones. Xianxia said. Each of the 6 beast statue in the second divine sense C required 10 bones in order for him to condense the Tao body. "I knew it. Eating this pill will make you lose the most. This pill is called Yaogadan, its bones is shining." The old man took out a black pellet from the jade bottle and said, "If you have not condensed bones in the second divine sense C, you only need to eat one and you can condense 1 bones. The second required 10 pills and the third one 100 pills. This kind of medicinal pellet will at most allow you to condense 9 of these bones." "Then how much is it?" Xianxia asked. He could not figure out what kind of medicine the Yaogadan was refined with. 100 jade money pills, the old man said. "It's too expensive." Xianxia had no concept of price, he was only cutting prices out of habit. "Since this is your first time buying a pill, I'll sell it to you for 80, the old man said again. "Then I'll try buying one first." Xianxia gave a set of jade moneys with 100 to the old man, who gave him back 20. After taking the pellet, Xianxia walked out of the Fire Tao Divine Place and ate it next to a mountain in the outer sect. This medicinal power was very similar to the bone-level Dan. But there's something more. Xianxia sensed a very familiar smell from within the medicinal power. Bone-level fruit. Xianxia was shocked. There is a little bit of the bone-level fruit here. Could it be that it was refined using the bone-level Dan's divine medicine and the bone-level fruit? From that medicinal power, he did not feel much of the bone-level fruit's medicinal power. It should be because he had added too little, but the bone-level Dan had a lot of medicinal power. No wonder it's black. So there's a bone-level fruit here. Xianxia continued to refine the medicinal power and channeled the power of the medicine into the second divine sense C, into the second divine sense C's green dragon. The 6 beast statue in the second divine sense C already had powerful flesh and divine soul, so they only needed to cultivate bones. After eating that piece of Yaogadan, Xianxia unknowingly fell asleep during the refining process. When he woke up, he felt a lingering fear. He never thought that after the Yaogadan ate it, it would actually be the same as the bone-level fruit's process of condensing its bones in a comfortable and deep sleep. Furthermore, he was in the wilderness, so fortunately, there was no one around. He had condensed the bones inside the Azure Dragon's body. I wonder what grade of divine pill that is. Although Xianxia ate 1 pellet, he did not manage to test it out. The feeling the Yaogadan gave Xianxia was very strong. To think that it would let him, the second divine sense C, condense his bones so easily. I don't know if my heavenly alchemy is useful here, but it seems like I have to find a set of pills. Xianxia said, I have long heard that the ancient pill formulas are the most haughty. Because of the passage of time, disasters frequently erupt, causing many Hauda pill formulas to be lost. If that's the case, this big chaotic times should be at the peak of his alchemy culture. Xianxia was secretly excited. This would allow his alchemy level to improve even more. Xianxia then proceeded to the Fire Tao Divine Place and strolled around inside it. The entire area of the Fire Tao Divine Place was huge. If he wanted to visit all of them, he would need at least half a year. If he wanted to reach the most bustling area, he would have to walk for more than 10 days. Of course, there were things like transmission arrays here. It was just that it was very expensive, although Xianxia had many Xinyuan stone, but it was useless here. To me, the price of one teleportation for 3,000 jade money is too high. Xianxia shook his head. He had found 5 pill stores in the poor areas outside. All of them were at the same level. Looks like I have to walk in. I have to go check out those big shops. Xianxia looked at the few medicine stores outside and realized that of the divine pills he had refined, only the 3 Lotus Dan and the Heavenly Life Divine Pill had a market. Of course, if they were to sell it here, it wouldn't be called a divine pill. The 9 Bone Divine Pill should be easy to sell, but I don't know how effective it is compared to the Yaogadan. I have to find someone to test it on. Now Xianxia finally understood why he had to invite someone to try out the pill. He needed to find out the effects of a pill, but he was unable to do so with his current abilities. He walked very quickly through the night. Took him several days to reach the bustling area. The buildings here were all at least 10 stories high and at most 20 or 30 stories high. All of them were decorated very extravagantly. This should be the rich district, Xianxia lamented. All the people walking on the road were dressed much better than the area outside. On the way here, Xianxia had changed into something that looked more similar, just that it was much worse than those rich people. The Baodan restaurant. Xianxia came to the bottom of a 10-story high tower. After seeing the signboard, he walked in. He didn't see anyone testing the pills in here. When he was in the area outside, there were many people testing pills in the pill shops. Big shops are just different. The moment Xianxia entered the hall, he felt that it was extremely grand and spacious, giving off a very comfortable feeling. Alchemist was not rare in the big chaotic times, but Howda Alchemists were very rare, so excellent Alchemists were respected here. Younger brother Shin. Xianxia was at a counter looking at the pills on the counter, when he suddenly heard someone calling for him. This man was obviously Yu Yan, and only Yu Yan knew him here. Big brother Yu, you're here too? What a coincidence. Xianxia laughed bitterly. I'm finished. This was because Xianxia had promised to treat Yu Yan to drink all the good wine here when he meets her again. It was only a few days ago, but Xianxia had yet to finish researching all the ingredients here. Yu Yan laughed, walked over, and patted Xianxia's shoulders. Don't worry, I won't drag you out to drink. I have something important to do right now. Although Yu Yan said this, Xianxia felt very embarrassed. Although he would lie a lot, but it was only to his enemies or people he was unfamiliar with. Towards a friend like Yu Yan, he would usually not break his promise. Right now, Yu Yan has also changed into very decent clothes. It's a set of armor, looking very majestic, as if he's about to fight. The fiction. The fastest news sections of the fiction. Big brother Yu, are you going to fight? Xianxia tapped on the red and shiny scales on Yu Yan's shoulder. It looked like it belonged to a strong beast which was extremely sturdy. Yes, if you were a little stronger I would have brought you there, and we could even earn a bit of jade money. Yu Yan laughed. Take me with you. I'm not as weak as you think. Xianxia felt that if he were to fight it out, he would be pretty strong. This, I have to ask my boss. Yu Yan said. What I did was to go with her to a different place to kill a savage beast. There's a savage beast here? Xianxia had also run in the wilderness for more than half a year, but he had not seen any beast hair at all. Of course I do. If you didn't run into me back then, you would have definitely run into the danger zone. Yu Yan said. To me. In fact, to the experts here, the savage beast inside is extremely powerful. Savage beasts are indeed useful. This tower is built on the support of savage beasts. You can make a fortune by forging pills, forging equipment, and selling the meat to the tavern. Yu Yan said. Xianxia had long liked to use the things on the bodies of many alchemists to refine pills. He had not really tested them either. My boss is here. Yu Yan suddenly said softly. Yu Yan, because we have some matters to attend to, we have to delay our departure. An old man dressed in luxurious golden robes walked over. Behind him were a few big men like Yu Yan, covered in armor. Old Lu, what is so important? You never change your itinerary. Yu Yan asked. If it was anything else, I would have let it be. But this time someone came to cause trouble. Elder Lu said, his expression turning serious. This bunch of fellows, they don't like our good business and actually want to ruin it. Yu Yan laughed. That's good too. Before we go hunting for savage beasts, we can warm up as well. Elder Lu looked at Xianxia. Just now, he had seen Yu Yan talking to Xianxia, but discovered that Xianxia was not very strong. He was relatively strong, and it was rare to see someone with such weak strength. Let's take a look first. I'll let you guys take action when I need them. Elder Lu looked at Xianxia and asked, Is this little brother your friend? He looks very familiar. He could tell that Yu Yan and Elder Lu's relationship was very good, so he must know all of Yu Yan's friends, which was why he said that. I just met a little brother who just ran out from the mountains. Don't look at him like that. He actually secretly followed me for an entire night. He can catch up to me even if he's Sudu. Yu Yan laughed and patted Xianxia's shoulders. Elder Lu, can you bring him along to follow us? Forget it. You should know better than me how powerful those savage beasts are. Old Lu shook his head. Xianxia was secretly disappointed. Just as he was about to say something, he suddenly saw a group of people walking in. Old donkey. Haha. Let me do it. You don't have to wait for me so early. A short, skinny old man laughed. It's really rare to see you, LVing, being so generous. Old ox, you bastard. I've never offended you. Are you here to challenge me today to ruin my reputation? LVing didn't even give the other party a good look. The one who came to cause trouble was called Nyohao, and he also had a big store. It was not far from here. It seemed that his business had been robbed, so he came to look for trouble. How are we smashing your signboard? Your business is so good, it must be because your alchemist is so skilled, so we came up to challenge you, so we brought our signboard up to show you guys. If you guys are truly capable, then defeat us. Nyohao laughed. Xianxia was immediately overjoyed. To be able to witness the pinnacle of alchemist fighting was a great thing for him. Of course, he did not dare show it or else he would be hated by LVing. Yo! Isn't this Yu Yan from the Fire Cloud tribe? The dignified son of the tribe's leader actually came here to be a helper. Nyohao laughed. Who am I supposed to be a thug for? It's none of your business. Yu Yan shouted. He really has a fiery temper. No wonder he was chased out by the Fire Reverend School. Nyohao continued to laugh. Yu Yan was furious, but just as he was about to curse, he heard a light female voice coming from outside the door. The reason why Yu Yan was chased out of Fire Reverend School was not because he has a fiery temper, but because he broke the sect rules. Even though he is the son of the tribe leader, the sect rules of our Fire Reverend School treat him equally and fairly. Xianxia heard the beautiful voice and looked towards the door, only to see a beautiful lady dressed in a red dress slowly walking in. She looked noble, but had a gentle smile on her face, her body releasing a faint fragrance, accompanied with a scorching qi. What a terrifying woman, Xianxia thought. Damned woman. Yu Yan snorted. Bro, don't look at her. This woman is very petty. If you look at her a few more times, maybe she will blind you. You just came out from the mountains and I, your brother, will tell you this. Coming to this Fire Tao divine place, you must remember that it is against fire and against women who steal from it. Who is she? At this time, Xianxia was still staring at the red-dressed woman without blinking. After all, this was a very beautiful woman, and this woman even revealed an extremely beautiful smile to him. Her name is Chu Hongqing. Her name should be hoping for her love to become red with passion. But this woman was born with the karmic luck, so she has been single for many years. Yu Yan said. At this moment, Xianxia could feel Yu Yan's deep hatred towards this Chu Hongqing. If not, he would not have allowed such a great old master as Yu Yan to talk for so long while about a woman. Chu Hongqing scoffed. Yu Yan, I never thought that you would also learn the tricks of us women. You would not even blush when you speak ill of others behind everyone's back. Yu Yan shouted. Bullshit. I never speak ill of others behind their backs. Xianxia couldn't help but laugh. This Yu Yan was really like that. Fire Reverend School is the supreme existence of the Fire Tao divine place. As the goddess of the Fire Reverend School, You shouldn't be coming here together with Nyo how to ruin my reputation. Right? Lving said as he looked at Chu Hongqing. Xianxia was just a newbie. This Chu Hongqing was not simple. He actually had such a high position in the Fire Reverend School, and now he was staring at Chu Hongqing's beautiful face. When Chu Hongqing saw how bold Xianxia was looking at her, she did not feel disgusted either. Furthermore, she would smile faintly at him from time to time. I just heard that the two of you were going to have a competition or something today. Leader asked me to come and have a look, so that the two of you wouldn't fight until your heads bled. I am a weak girl, and I hate it when people beat me to death. Chu Hongqing smiled sweetly, and then glanced at Xianxia. Yu Yan immediately turned his head away. He believed that this young lad, Xianxia, would definitely be bewitched by Chu Hongqing to the point of turning his divine soul upside down. The fiction. The fastest news sections of the fiction bullshit? You're also a weak girl? Snorted. Seems like he had suffered under Chu Hongqing's hand before. Xianxia finally shifted his gaze away and no longer looked at Chu Hongqing. He had been tormented by Yu Yan to the point that his eyeballs had almost been ripped out. Lving, is this little brother one of yours? Even though he has not cultivated his Dao body, I can feel that he has a fire talent within him. Chu Hongqing ignored Yu Yan and asked. He. Just as Lving was about to answer, Yu Yan quickly said, Of course he is. He's in this shop and he's still my brother. I just think that he has a great future in Fire Reverend School. Chu Hongqing laughed. Humph, you've told so many people and they all died. It is not because of you. We tribe members are fine. Other people's conditions to enter the Fire Reverend School are so harsh. They are simply courting death. Yu Yan said, Little brother, you might as well consider it. Lving and Nyo Hao, the two esteemed elder, came from our Fire Reverend School, so their ability to refine pills was also learnt inside the Fire Reverend School. Chu Hongqing continued to speak. She had indeed noticed that Xianxia had the fire of a bu, which was considered bumpy for someone with Xianxia's strength. Lving said, Enough of your rubbish, old cow. How are you going to compete today? Hurry, we have urgent matters to attend to. Nyo Hao pushed out a young man and said, My disciple doesn't like the alchemist in your shop, so I want to compete with you in refining pills. You won't refuse, right? Even if you refuse, it doesn't matter. I promise I won't laugh at you, and I won't spread the word that you rejected me because you were afraid. Since you've already said so, how could I not refuse? Lving snorted, then took out a piece of communication jade symbol paper, which should be sending a message to an alchemist. Xianxia carefully inspected the disciple that Nyo Hao pushed out. On the surface, he looked like an honest man, but he could feel that the fire chi that he was emitting was really strong. Not long after, a tall and skinny man walked down from the stairs. When he saw Nyo Hao and his disciples, he frowned. Third bro, can you beat this guy? Lving asked. Yes, that third brother nodded. He seemed to be full of energy. Good, then you can begin now. Since we are the challengers, then the rules will be decided by us. Refining the Yaogadan out in 2 hours. Nyo Hao said, Bring in the ingredients. The outcome will be decided by the quantity and quality of the pill. Xianxia secretly nodded his head. This was a very common rule for decisive battles, which was reasonable. What surprised him was that they would actually compete and refine Yaogadan. This kind of pill should be more basic. As long as it was an alchemist, they would all know how to refine it, otherwise they wouldn't sell it so cheaply. No, Wendy, let's start now. I'm in a hurry, Lving said. After this challenge, you are not allowed to come again within a year. All right, Nyo Hao nodded and smiled. Could be seen that Nyo Hao had a lot of confidence. Otherwise, he wouldn't have made such a big ruckus here. At this time, many people walked in to watch the show, and these people were all famous nobles. At this time, Xianxia was really looking forward to see how the big chaotic times S concoct pills. Both sides took out the herbs and pill furnaces. After checking each other out, there was no Wendy and they began to refine. Just now, Xianxia had seen the other party's medicinal ingredients. Just as he had expected, there were indeed a few ingredients to refine bone-level Dan in addition to the white and black fruits, He recognized the black fruits. It was the bone-level fruit, only that it had shrunk by a lot. As for the white him, he didn't care. He suspected that it had a supporting effect. It was troublesome to use bone-level fruit to concoct pills, and Xianxia had to use fire and water to cure it. Both sides were releasing intense flames, but only a little heat was released. They controlled it well. At this time, Xianxia also used the Dao Heart Eye to observe the changes inside the two pill furnaces. When LV Ying's disciple refined it, he actually crushed the medicinal ingredients inside the pill furnace and then released the flame to refine it. Niu Hao's disciple used a wave of energy to wrap around the medicinal ingredients and then combined it with the flames to refine the medicinal ingredients. This allowed Xianxia to understand that in the big chaotic times, there are many different ways to refine pills. Very quickly, 2 hours had passed, and before the pill could even appear, Xianxia had already seen that LV Ying's disciple had lost. LV Ying's disciple also really wanted this to happen. He was able to refine 3 Yaogadan in one go, and it only took him half an hour. Niu Hao's disciple, on the other hand, was able to refine 4 Yaogadan, and the time it took was also only slightly slower than the time it took to compare. The quality is all very good. It seems that all the alchemists in this era are very outstanding. They produce many pills, are able to condense pills quickly, and are of high quality. Xianxia had a basic understanding of the alchemist here. Before the hour was up, the match had already ended. Ha ha! Old donkey, you've lost. LV Ying laughed proudly. Bastard! You actually managed to condense 4 pills? Didn't he only have 2 pills previously? LV Ying's disciple could not help but scold in a low voice. Don't look down on me. To be able to become my disciple, you definitely aren't that bad. Although you lost, but don't take it to heart. It's not that you are too weak, but my disciple is too strong, so you don't have to blame yourself. Niu Hao laughed out loud, extremely pleased with himself. LV Ying's face darkened. Losing the competition was extremely serious for them. The matter today would definitely spread, affecting their business. And if Niu Hao won the competition, he would snatch away a lot of business. Chu Hongqing laughed. Boss Lu, you've lost. According to the rules here, you will have to close for half a year. I don't need you to remind me. LV Ying snorted angrily. Xianxia never thought that the consequences of losing would be so serious. A thriving business, losing a competition and closing the door for half a year, this would be a huge loss. A single match is enough for such an important duel? I think we should have a few more matches. This way we can show the quality of a shop as a whole, suddenly raising our own level, and then challenge the other party. I feel that even if we win, I don't think that it's that great. Xianxia suddenly said. He truly wanted to watch a few more matches. Hearing Xianxia's words, everyone felt that it made sense and secretly nodded. Xianxia then said, Ox boss, has your disciple been studying to refine Yaogadan? Maybe he is stronger than Boss Lu's disciple but weaker in other aspects, so he only competed in refining this kind of pill. I don't think it's worth it. Yu Yen patted Xianxia's shoulder and laughed. Well said, old cow. Your disciple is specialized in fighting with his feet, while we use our fists on our side. LV Ying also nodded. That's right. They had lost, so they needed to regain some face. Although everyone believed that they were looking for a reason, they also felt that it was reasonable. That battle just now could not manifest the true strength of an alchemist. Chu Hongqing chuckled. Little brother, don't you know that many alchemists can only refine 2 of these Yaogadan pills? The reason Boss Lu's disciple was able to refine 3 of these Yaogadan pills was because he had been researching these pills for many years, and owner Niu's disciple was also an expert at refining Yaogadan. Thus, this competition can only show their true strength. No matter how you looked at it, you could tell that this woman was speaking up for Niu Hao. Xianxia himself didn't know if it was because Chu Hongqing was trying to provoke LV Ying, or because he had a good relationship with her. Then if I can refine 5 or 6 pills, won't he lose even more miserably? Xianxia replied. He felt that refining a Yaogadan would not be a problem, even though he had never refined one before. Ha ha! Niu Hao immediately laughed out loud. You boast too shamelessly. Everyone needs to understand him. Don't laugh at me. Chu Hongqing chuckled. Even the boss Lu beside you can't guarantee that he can refine 5 or 6 pills, not to mention them. Even our fire reverend school's fire sovereign leader don't have such standards. Little fellow, you have just come out of the mountains. How much wisdom do you have in the future? Yu Yan immediately snorted. This was what Chu Hongqing was saying. What if I can refine it? Xianxia was very confident in himself. Refining the bone-level Dan and the 9-bone divine pill was very easy for him. If he combined the two, it wouldn't be difficult. Niu Hao laughed. What Goddess Fire says is right. She is also an alchemist, and her strength is not below mine. In terms of seniority, we all have to call her master ancestor. Xianxia never thought that this goddess Wuzun would have such a high status. Boss Ox, please don't call me an old woman. Chu Hongqing laughed tenderly. That's all for today. I hope Boss Lu will follow the rules. Xianxia curled his lips. You all still haven't answered my question. I just asked you all if I could refine 5 or 6 Yaogadan, what would happen to you all? Yu Yan did not know if it was because Xianxia had drank too much previously, but he still insisted on drinking. He did not say anything. He only patted Xianxia's shoulder. If you can actually refine it, then it means that you are even stronger than our fire reverend school's supreme flame. If you can really refine it, then I will be your servant and serve you by your side. Chu Hongqing chuckled. Ha ha. Niu Hao laughed out loud. If you succeed, I will take you as my master. But if you can't, come to my shop and work there for 10,000 years. Without saying anything, Xianxia took out a portion of bone-level Dan's medicinal ingredients. According to his previous generation, this could already be considered as a king grades medicine, because during the competition just now, he had also used the king grades medicinal ingredients to refine the pill. In this era, they were merely the ingredients for a heavenly pill. You're serious? Chu Hongqing stopped smiling. Goddess Fire, don't go back on your words. After Xianxia finished speaking, he said to LV Ying, Boss Lu, lend me these 2 fruits. I only lack those 2 fruits. LV Ying was also startled, but he still took out 2 fruits. He also wanted to see if Xianxia truly knew how to refine pills. Bro, you really know how to refine pills. Did you get all these herbs from the 1,000 jade money I gave you before? Asked him many questions about refining pills previously, but no matter how you looked at it, it seemed like Xianxia did not know anything about it. It had only been a few days, and now he already knew how to refine pills. Big brother, you just watch. Xianxia received the medicinal ingredients handed over by LV Ying, and then he said to Chu Hongqing and Niu Hao, Seniors, I am issuing a challenge to you now, and you guys shouldn't be refusing it, right? Just now, you guys have already made a bet with me. If you don't agree to compete with me, wouldn't you be lying? Chu Hongqing walked to Xianxia's side and circled around him. Her cute nose twitched and said, You don't smell like alcohol, you probably don't drink, but you don't seem to be sober at all. Why are you guys so long-winded? Why don't you guys compare me? Whether I'm awake or not, and whether I'm crazy or not, we'll know very soon. Xianxia smiled faintly. The spectators had always been shocked by Xianxia's words. They really wanted to see Xianxia lose. There were times when he was young and arrogant. Let's compete then. It's worth it to get a free service for 10,000 years just for a single batch of pills. Niu Hao rolled up his sleeves and took out the pill furnace and the ingredients. If you lose, I just want you to run around the outer court naked. Chu Hongqing mischievously smiled and took out a small green jade pill furnace. Where's your pill furnace? Chu Hongqing laughed. Don't tell me you don't have a pill furnace? I don't need a pill furnace to concoct this kind of broken pill. Xianxia said very arrogantly. He looked like he deserved a beating, but others only thought that he was sick. Xianxia could not use Chuangshi God furnace. Although there was a heavenly furnace, he felt that it was related to this era, so he did not plan to use it. But to use other inferior pill furnaces, he felt that it would be better not to use them. It would be more stable to use magic method furnace instead. How should I refine without using a pill furnace? LV Ying's disciple frowned and asked. I don't need a pill furnace to refine it, but it requires a very high level of skill. LV Ying said. He didn't know why, but he didn't feel like Xianxia was crazy. Boss Ox, let's train him. Don't worry about him for now. Chu Hongqing said, and then became serious. "Begin," Lving shouted. Once he shouted begin, Niu Hao and Chu Hongqing immediately went ahead, while Xianxia immediately used the Dao Heart Eye to observe the insides of their pill furnaces. It's another different method of refinement. After Chu Hongqing put the medicinal ingredients into the pill furnace, he actually used ice to seal them all, and then broke them into pieces. Her ice is also quite special. After breaking it and melting it with flames, the frozen medicinal ingredients actually remain unharmed. Niu Hao's refining methods are the same as his disciples. They are all wrapped with a special force, then started to refine the medicinal ingredients. Xianxia carefully observed them for a moment, then released his magic method furnace and threw all the medicinal ingredients in, using his own method to refine the Yaogadan. Other than Xianxia being unfamiliar with those small white fruits, he was extremely familiar with the other medicinal ingredients. This little fruit is also very afraid of fire. Looks like it's the same as the bone-level fruit. It needs to be refined with water and fire. Xianxia used a very weak flame to test it out, and then hurriedly put it away. If not, the white fruit would be exterminated. After knowing the characteristics of the small white fruit, Xianxia released another magic method furnace which was specially used to refine the bone-level fruit and the small white fruit. Everyone was secretly surprised, because Xianxia was trying to refine the pill just now. He looked a little inexperienced, but now he was splitting it into 2 pill furnaces to refine. Although Xianxia's magic method furnace was transparent, the people here were all strong and could sense the power of the magic method furnace. So the outline of 2 pill furnaces would also appear in their minds. The 2 magic method furnaces that Xianxia had released gave a very deep impression. Because they were very stable, they floated in the air, not moving at all. Even though there were a few waves of energy that could sense them, they were not affected by it at all. This was not a technique that could be cultivated in a short period of time. Chu Hongqing and Niu Hao could obviously tell that they were indifferent in the beginning, but slowly, they also realized that Xianxia's 2 magic method furnaces were extremely powerful, with many of their pill furnaces being superior as well. This meant that Xianxia had some methods up his sleeves. Amongst the 2 magic method furnace, half a pot of clear water gradually appeared, soaking the bone-level fruit and the small white fruit. The clear water was floating. Inside, there were 2 small fruits, one black and one white, that looked like fish swimming in water. They were running around happily. The water was condensed out by Xianxia using his god power. At this moment, he released his flames and permeated into the water. Everyone saw a red flame appear in the clear water and immediately cried out in alarm. The fire in the water looked very beautiful, especially when it was burning. It danced non-stop and emitted a bewitching red light. The flames that seeped into the water were currently like a claw that wrapped around the 2 little fruits in the water and then began to burn them. The bone's black fruit and the bone's white fruit are most afraid of flames. He had tried it just now and almost burnt the bone's white fruit. It looks like this is his first time refining a Yaogadan, but it seems like he has a lot of experience in refining pills. Lving frowned. Could he have laid a solid foundation deep in the mountains? Chu Hongqing and Niu Hao initially did not put Xianxia in their eyes. But now that they saw Xianxia becoming more and more bizarre, they started to feel apprehensive in their hearts, even though they looked extremely calm and collected. Xianxia's other magic method furnace had also been set ablaze. Directly burn it, Lving said. Even though this method is simple and crude, without a rich experience and solid foundation, it is impossible to refine medicinal liquid. If it was a stronger alchemist, they would normally like to use this method. It's fast and simple. Xianxia's flames looked extremely terrifying. Even though they did not emit any heat wave, the transparent magic method furnace could still feel that kind of faint threatening aura. After burning for a moment, the medicinal plant within suddenly cracked open. Immediately, rays of light burst out, flashing out with multicolored light and stinging everyone's eyes. Boom! Those medicinal herbs instantly exploded, turning into liquid medicine and a ball of air. The light became even more intense. What terrifying control! He didn't explode the furnace in that explosion just now. Lving exclaimed. Just how did he refine it? It should have been refined bit by bit. So why did it suddenly burst into liquid medicine? Xianxia used the mystic fire refinement skill, using fire on both the inside and outside, which could increase his speed. His current progress was much faster than Chu Hongqing's and Niu Hao's. This brat! It's actually that powerful. Chu Hongqing scolded in her heart. She truly did not expect that Xianxia, who had not even arrived at the Dao Ti realm, would already have such great ability. Amongst the magic method furnaces refined by fire and water, the black and white fruits had already melted in the water, and the water had turned black, just like thick black sesame paste. At this moment, Xianxia had fused two magic method furnace together. Originally, they were emitting intense multicolored light, but after merging, they were enveloped in darkness and the entire hall had been restored to its previous state. However, the beautiful and shocking scene was still constantly replaying in everyone's mind. Xianxia had already fused all of the medicinal liquid together, turning it into a large ball of medicinal liquid. I really didn't expect it to be this big. As Xianxia looked at the large mass of medicinal liquid, he secretly rejoiced in his heart. This signified that the number of medicinal pills condensed was much more than he had expected. 8, 9, 10. With a thought from Xianxia, the black medicinal liquid was divided into 10 uniform clusters. Looking at those 10 small black balls, Chu Hongqing and Niu Hao's bodies trembled. They were extremely shocked and understood what this meant. This meant that Xianxia would condense 10 Yaogadan. Chu Hongqing secretly clenched his teeth, his heart hoping for Xianxia to not succeed. Otherwise, she would become his servant. The two of them had never thought that Xianxia would be so heaven-defying in refining pills. It had already far surpassed their expectations. In their eyes, condensing 5 Yaogadan was already the best possible level for them. But Xianxia had actually made 10. If they hadn't seen it with their own eyes, they wouldn't have believed it at all. Looking at the 10 balls of black liquid inside Xianxia's furnace slowly turning into smooth and sleek black pellets, Chu Hongqing and Niu Hao even had thoughts of dying. They even suspected that they were having a nightmare, and their emotions were extremely complicated. All right. Xianxia took a deep breath. The 10 Yaogadan had already stabilized. I'm done. Xianxia chuckled, took out a jade box and kept the Yaogadan. But Chu Hongqing and Niu Hao were still not done well. Of course, this was not because they were too slow, but rather it was because Xianxia was too fast. LV Ying was completely dumbstruck. Just one set of medicinal ingredients was enough to refine 10 Yaogadan. 3 to 4 times more than others, this was truly heaven-defying. Following that, Chu Hongqing and Niu Hao were also done concocting. They could all concoct 4 pills, but their total number was not as many as Xianxia. You've lost. Xianxia smiled faintly. Although you guys boasted previously that you guys want to acknowledge me as your master, as your servant, but you don't have to worry. I will just treat it as a joke and will let you off. Niu Hao didn't know what to say, and at this moment, Chu Hongqing didn't know what to say either. In comparison, none of them had recovered from their shock yet, but they were all shocked by Xianxia's 10 Yaogadan. I've lost. My shop has been closed for 10 years. After Niu Hao finished speaking, he brought along his own people and left in a dejected manner. He was worried that he would not be able to resist defeating Xianxia as his master, and he also wanted to learn Xianxia's method of refining pills. Although Xianxia used the transparent pill furnace to concoct pills, none of them could see anything. Only Xianxia knew the secret behind it. Are you still not leaving? Yu Yan laughed and said to Chu Hongqing. At the same time, he patted Xianxia's shoulder. I never break my promise. I am his servant girl now. Why should I leave? Chu Hongqing's words were shocking, causing everyone to be shocked. The high and mighty goddess Huizun wanted to be someone else's servant. Xianxia felt that it was nothing strange that she was so willing to be a servant. She was a smart girl, but now that Xianxia had mastered such a profound alchemy, if she could learn it, it would make her stronger. To Chu Hongqing, she felt that it would be easy for a beautiful woman like her to deal with Xianxia. Furthermore, Xianxia was not that annoying. What you said was the truth. You couldn't be plotting something else, could you? Don't harm younger brother Xin. Yu Yan shouted. If you want to be his servant, that's fine, but make a master-servant contract. That was why Chu Hongqing could leave. Now that she wanted to be Xianxia's maid, As long as she had the brains, she would know that she had a goal. Xianxia was not strong, but he seemed to have mastered some kind of mysterious pill refining technique. To the alchemist, he was a treasure. As long as they could learn his brilliant pill refining techniques, it was fine to stay by his side. If Xianxia accepted a disciple on the spot, there would definitely be many people who would be willing to take him as their master. Not to mention refining 10 of them in one furnace, they would be very satisfied with just 5 of the Yaogadan. The formation of a master-servant contract was very serious. At that time, only the master would be able to remove it, and if the master died, the servant girl would also die. That was why Chu Hongqing hesitated. She was considering whether it was worth it. She did not seem to care about her status as the Fire Nation's goddess at the moment. If not, she would not willingly become someone's servant. This would be a disgrace to Fire Reverend School. Fine, let it be. I've said it before. I never break my promise. Chu Hongqing hesitated and said. Everyone was shocked. This Chu Hongqing actually wanted to do this. Come, Chu Hongqing shouted. Wait. Xianxia laughed. I do not need a servant now, so I plan to sell you. The matter of a servant should be more common. If any of you are interested, I will auction her off here. Chu Hongqing was startled. She immediately went over to Xianxia's side and pinched Xianxia's ears, then scolded. You damned brat. Don't take things too far. You should be a bit more straightforward. The crowd also scolded Xianxia. Chu Hongqing had already done this, but he did not plan to take it. He even auctioned it off in public. Younger brother Shin, this woman is not worth much. I can guarantee that you won't even take her when you open the 10 jade moneys. Yu Yan laughed. Humph. That's because they don't dare to take it. Chu Hongqing said as a drop of blood congealed between his brows. This was the master and servant blood contract. Seeing that, Xianxia wanted to struggle free, but the drop of blood had already pierced the center of his brows, and just like that, Chu Hongqing became her servant. Done. Chu Hongqing chuckled. My young noble, I will serve you well in the future. Since things had come to this, Xianxia could only accept it. Furthermore, this Chu Hongqing's conditions were not bad. Whether it was an alchemist or some other goddess of a fire reverent school, they would definitely understand this place very well. Currently, Chu Hongqing had already formed a master and servant blood contract with him, and he would not sell him out, so it was very trustworthy. Seeing how amazing Xianxia was, Lving was secretly happy, and at the same time, blamed himself for underestimating Xianxia. Yu Yan, let's go. If we're a little slower, that beast will leave. Little brother, wait here for us to return. Lving said. I want to go with you. Xianxia said. I'm afraid that there will be some dangers. Although you have an incredible talent in alchemy, you haven't even managed to cultivate your Tao body. Lving said. Don't be afraid. My maidservants will protect me. Xianxia suddenly pinched Chu Hongqing's beautiful face, on the smooth flesh of her face, and pulled her forward. Humph. Chu Hongqing scoffed and patted Xianxia's shoulder. Is my servant girl strong enough? Xianxia laughed. Enough. Yu Yan laughed. Which, I never expected you to be my brother's servant. In the future you must be more polite to me. Chu Hongqing glared at Yu Yan, and then ran behind Xianxia. She could only accept it now, because she didn't know if following Xianxia was right or wrong, and only wanted to give it a try to see if Xianxia could help her change her fate. All right, let's go. Lving laughed. There was no need to doubt Chu Hongqing's strength. As the goddess of the Fire Reverent School, she would definitely not be weak. Just like this, Xianxia followed Lving and the others out of the Fire Tao Divine Place. The crowd looked at Xianxia making a move on Chu Hongqing and cursed him in their hearts. But they also felt that it was a pity that such a good woman was taken away by a little kid who didn't even have a Tao Ti realm. Walking out of the Fire Tao Divine Place, they arrived at a large mountain range. It was already dark by the time they arrived. Everyone was resting at the foot of the mountain. Xianxia took out the 10 Yaogadans he had refined and said, How many jade money can this Yaogadan sell for a single pill? Chu Hongqing sat beside Xianxia. Your quality is good. 100 pills is not a problem. It's really not worth much. Xianxia curled his lips. In the past, when he was refining bone-level Dan, it was always very valuable, which was why he felt such a sense of disparity. It's not worth much. You can turn 200 jade money's worth of medicinal ingredients into 1,000 jade money's worth of value in just an hour. Think about it, if you refine 10 batches, that would be 10,000 jade money. This is a lot. Chu Hongqing said snappily. The spirit demon woman is right, you only have 100,000 jade money in 10 days, and 300,000 in a month. I fight and kill all day long, but only a little is left. Yu Yen laughed. Younger brother Shin, you once said that you would treat me to all the good wine in Fire Tao Divine Place. Don't forget. Of course I won't forget, but then again, are 300,000 jade money a lot? Xianxia still had no idea. Of course it's much. I refine pills in the Fire Reverend School, and I can only earn over 100,000 jade money a year. I have to spend a lot of money myself. I also need to buy medicinal ingredients to refine pills myself, and I can only save 40 to 50,000 jade money a year. Chu Hongqing said, then looked at LV Ing. Ask Boss Lu. How much can he earn in a month with such a large store? My shop only sells for 100,000 a year. If the business is bad, we might even lose money. If you buy your own medicine and concoct pills, 300,000 a month will be a terrifying amount. LV Ing nodded. Yu Yen said, younger brother Shen, when the time comes, you have to take care of your own jade money. Don't be tricked away by this demoness. This demoness should be determined to be your servant, and is only interested in this little bit of you. This way she will be able to enjoy the glory and wealth. Chu Hongqing rolled her eyes at Yu Yen, and said in a tender voice, that's right. That's what I was thinking. Then, she hugged Xianxia's arm, leaned her head on Xianxia's shoulder, and acted very intimately with him. Young master, aside from refining Yaogadan, you can also refine other pills. Your foundation is very solid, you must have refined many pills, otherwise you wouldn't have accumulated so much experience. Chu Hongqing asked. Not only her, LV Ing was also very curious. Xianxia did not know what to say. He truly knew how to refine many pills, and in his generation they were called divine pills, but now in big chaotic times, the precious pills he concocted were nothing in this world. Firstly, the people here were all strong, and secondly, the pills here were thriving. For example, the Yaogadan were much better. When they were in the Star Law Divine Realm, the bone-level Dan could be sold at a sky-high price, but no one would want it here. I know how to refine a lot of pills, but you all do not know about these pills, and do not look down on them. In my place, these pills are considered very precious, but the alchemists here are all very outstanding, and they are all very powerful. Xianxia sighed. This was also the huge difference in age. Xianxia also felt that it was strange that the civilization of pills would decline so much in the later stages of life. Those pills are rather difficult, but they have no use. I spent my time researching how to refine them, and as time went by, I accumulated a lot of experience. Xianxia laughed bitterly. I left my hometown to come here, and seeing the pills here has completely overturned my common sense. Your alchemy skills have even overturned my common sense. Chu Hongqing laughed. This means that, little brother, you have a solid foundation. It is very easy to refine the pills here. Your flame is also very strong. It is not affected by your lack of Tao body, which means, although your cultivation is not high, your pill refining level is higher than other alchemists. LV Ing nodded his head. He wanted to pull Xianxia into his shop, but he felt that it was not possible. After all, Chu Hongqing was by Xianxia's side. Although she was now Xianxia's servant, if she treated Xianxia well, when he grew up, she would be the one to endless wealth. Young master, I will teach you how to refine our pills in the future, Chu Hongqing said. Which, you can just be my brother's servant like this. Will it be hard to explain to Fire Reverend School? Yu Yen asked. What's there to be afraid of? I can leave Fire Reverend School at any time. Aren't you guys the same? Chu Hongqing laughed. Fire Reverend School is always relatively free. I have never been restricted by your rules. After that, Xianxia chatted with them for a while and fell asleep while hugging Chu Hongqing's soft and fragrant body. Chu Hongqing did not sleep, and it was the same for Yu Yen and LV Ing. They were currently in the wilderness, and powerful savage beasts could appear at any moment. They had to be on alert at all times. When dawn arrived, Xianxia yawned, looking full of spirit. Let's continue moving forward. That savage beast isn't far from here, Lv said. Boss Lu, is that savage beast very precious? Xianxia asked. Of course it's precious. Boss Lu, if he were to kill this savage beast, as long as he showed his worth, he would be able to earn quite a lot of jade money. Chu Hongqing said. She was extremely familiar with these things. Xianxia came this time only to broaden his knowledge, to see what a savage beast looked like. In the afternoon, Xianxia and the others came to a canyon. Lv Ying's expression suddenly became serious. Not good. This seems to be the den of a beast. Chu Hongqing's beautiful face suddenly paled. You still came to the beast lair to die? Let's go. Just as Lv Ying finished speaking, many black figures suddenly appeared from the front and back. Upon closer inspection, it was a gigantic barbaric beast. This is the dragon and eagle. The savage beasts that Xianxia saw were actually numerous huge dragons. It was just that all of them had huge wings. These dragon eagles were very cunning. They had actually come without any sound. Even Lv Ying and the others had not noticed them before. Young master, stay close to me. Chu Hongqing had to protect Xianxia at this moment. If he died, she and Xianxia, who had a blood bond as master and servant, would die as well. Xianxia nodded his head. These dragon eagles were very powerful. There were more than 20 of them flying in the sky, with their huge wings and bodies covering the sky, making the ground very dark. Roar! A dragon eagle roared out, spitting out a bolt of lightning, striking towards Chu Hongqing at an extremely fast speed, causing Chu Hongqing to not even have the time to dodge. Seeing that she was so slow, Xianxia immediately grabbed her and teleported away, avoiding that terrifying lightning bolt. Boom! The lightning struck the ground and shattered it, causing a burst of gravel to fly into the air. Your reaction is too slow, Xianxia said. No, let's quickly run. These guys are too scary. Xianxia never thought that these beasts would actually be so strong. They were far more powerful than warriors like Lv Ying and Yu Yan, and there were still more than 20 of them. They were simply not his match. This won't do. Their escape routes have already been sealed off. Just as Yu Yan finished speaking, Chu Hongqing shouted in shock. They are going to attack at the same time. They are all lightning dragon eagle. They are fast, and their mouths can shoot out terrifying lightning. If they get hit, they will most likely die. Lv Ying's face changed, and everyone started to run away. Come to me, Xianxia anxiously shouted. Then he took out the 6 realms mirrors, causing it to become extremely huge, like a giant ray of light floating in the sky. Young master, are you a heavenly artifact? Seeing the spirit grain on Xianxia's 6 realms mirrors, Chu Hongqing could not help but ask. Lv Ying, Yu Yan, and the other few big-sized men also rushed to Xianxia's side and hid under the 6 realms mirrors. I don't know. As soon as Xianxia finished speaking, rumbling sounds came from above, and the 6 realms mirrors was still trembling. From all 4 directions, one could tell that the lightning dragon eagle in the sky was constantly striking them with lightning. However, all of this was blocked by Xianxia's 6 realms mirrors. This must be a divine weapon of the heavenly Tao. Otherwise, it wouldn't be able to withstand so many attacks from lightning dragon eagle. Lv Ying was shocked. Little brother, this thing is yours. I can pick it up, Xianxia said. He had gotten the 6 realms mirrors a long time ago, but he had actually picked it up and not lied. Are heavenly artifact that easy to pick up? Chu Hongqing curled his lips and said. The lightning dragon eagle in the sky let out strange cries. It no longer had its previous intimidating aura. These guys should be injured as well. Xianxia said, this is a mirror that can reflect attacks. The lightning they use is much easier to radiate. After he shrunk the 6 realms mirrors to a smaller size, he could see that it was charred black all over, with quite a few huge feathers floating everywhere. These were all injuries caused by their own lightning strikes. Xianxia sent his consciousness into the 6 realms mirrors, and just now, it was struck by countless lightning bolts. The Six Realms mirrors had also absorbed a large amount of lightning energy, so he activated the Six Realms mirrors and struck the lightning energy out, striking one of the lightning dragon eagle. Roar! The lightning dragon eagle screamed and fell to the ground, smashing the ground and causing the ground to shake violently. Come in! Xianxia turned the mirror towards the falling lightning dragon eagle and created a strong suction force, bringing it over. At that moment, the group of lightning dragon eagle in the sky shot out lightning bolts from their mouths. Xianxia anxiously used the Six Realms mirrors to block them. These guys were quite crafty just now. Why are they so stupid now? Xianxia laughed. Seems like we don't need to do anything to kill this group of people. Ying and the others didn't know what to say either. They had originally thought that they would return covered in wounds, but they didn't expect that things would take such a turn. You can attack now. These guys are being tortured by their own lightning. Xianxia said. Don't be afraid of them. Yen was the first to attack. Jumping into the air, he used the gigantic axe in his hands to slash at one of the lightning dragon eagle. After the red light from the giant axe shot past, it actually cut off the head of that lightning dragon eagle. After that, Ying and the other big-sized men all took action. They were extremely excited, since this lightning dragon eagle was also a powerful barbaric beast. It would be good if they could hunt one, but there were so many of them. Not long after, 10 lightning dragon eagle fell to the ground, while the rest escaped. Chu Hongqing also did not make a move. She wanted to protect Xianxia. Although she knew that Xianxia was not simple, she was still worried. They only wanted 3 of the 10 lightning dragon eagle and the rest were all given to Xianxia. They knew that this was all thanks to Xianxia, or else they would not be able to obtain a single one and might even be injured. Xianxia also accepted the corpses of the 7 lightning dragon eagles, then happily returned with Ying and the others. This lightning dragon eagle can be sold for 200,000. Bro, you sent it. After it's sold, you must treat us to a drink. Yen laughed. Definitely. Xianxia laughed. Gongzi, what exactly is your background? I don't believe that you picked up that heavenly artifact. Chu Hongqing asked curiously. That thing is called heavenly artifact. Xianxia asked. Previously it was called the 6 divine weapons. Yes. It's a divine tool bred by the heavenly Tao. It's incomparably precious. Legends say that it can sell for tens of billions of jade money. Chu Hongqing nodded. So valuable. Xianxia purposely revealed a surprised expression. He would definitely not sell it. He believed that he could earn a lot of jade money, so he did not need to sell these things. Little brother, it's best if you don't use it normally. If people with evil intentions find out, they will definitely snatch it away. Ying warned. That's right, especially those heavenly god sect disciples. If they knew that the heavenly artifact is not in their hands, they would definitely think of ways and means to get it. Yen glanced at Chu Hongqing. This which is Fire Reverend School, and Fire Reverend School is also a member of the heavenly god sect. Humph. Right now he is my master. Selling him would be seeking death, so what good is that to me? Chu Hongqing anxiously hugged onto Xianxia's arm and snorted. Chu Hongqing could be considered dead set now. Just now, she and Ying had experienced Xianxia's abilities. If not for Xianxia, they might have been heavily injured in order to escape. I'll be careful. Xianxia pinched Chu Hongqing's face and said, Let's go back first. They had only walked for a short period of time when they noticed that there was someone ahead. It's them. The Fire Reverend School's beast hunting team is rather famous in the Fire Reverend School. Chu Hongqing frowned. Why are they here? I bought that savage beast of mine from these fellows, and they nearly caused my death. Ying snorted. They should be here to see if we're dead or not. These bastards. I must wring their heads off and feed it to the dogs. Yen was furious. He raised his axe and was about to go over. Big brother Yu, wait a minute. They look very aggressive. They should be coming for us. Xianxia said. We were all tired just now, we'll just wait and see. There were only 5 people who had come, and all of them looked very strong. Just from the vicious aura they emitted, one could tell how strong they were. You guys went to kill the lightning dragon eagle and came back. A man wearing black armor asked as he looked at Chu Hongqing with a cold expression. He's back. I'm lucky that he didn't die there. LV sneered. Are you planning to collect our corpses? The black-armored man ignored LV and looked at him instead. Hongqing, you really made a master and servant blood bond with this kid. Absolutely. Many people saw it then. Chu Hongqing said. He sen. Just give up. Don't you know how I feel about you? Why would you rather be his servant than my woman? He sen's face darkened. In what way am I, he sen, not worthy of you? I am the eldest son of a patriarch of the heavenly Dao family. How can I not be worthy of this kid? Humph. Do you think I don't know about that stupid thing you said? There were more than 10 women in front of you, and they were all killed by you. Chu Hongqing scoffed. Yu Yan and LV both felt that something was off. Sure enough, the gloomy-faced He-Sun suddenly thrusted out his sword, aimed at Chen Xiang's throat, and pierced through his throat. Everyone was startled. No one expected that He-San would suddenly attack Chen Xiang. Take away my woman, then die, Chu Hongqing. Since you do not like me, then go and die as well. He-Sun laughed sinisterly. This He-Sun indeed had something wrong with her heart. No wonder even his woman was killed by him. Chen Xiang understood what Chu Hongqing had said just now. When He-Sen saw that Chu Hongqing was fine, he reacted that Chen Xiang was not dead. Chu Hongqing and Chen Xiang had a master and servant blood contract, and even if the master and servant died, Chu Hongqing was still perfectly fine. Young master, you! Chu Hongqing also felt it was strange. She tugged at Chen Xiang and could feel his warmth. My life is so tough. He-Sun thrusted again, going through Chen Xiang's forehead. When he pulled out the sword, it was bleeding profusely. Bastard, you dare to kill my brother? I'll kill you. Yu Yan was furious, LV and Chu Hongqing were also furious, and they both attacked. You bunch of trash. If you had the ability, you would have stopped me long ago. But you're too weak, you can't keep up with my speed. Haha, cripple them. He-Sun laughed sinisterly, but immediately felt that something was amiss. Chu Hongqing did not die. Could it be that my master-servant contract is not effective? Chu Hongqing looked at the fallen Chen Xiang and felt it was strange. Yu Yan's gigantic axe had already struck at He-San, but at the same time He-Sun used his sword to block. Chen Xiang suddenly appeared behind him, and the speed of his sword was actually much faster than He-Sen's. Chen Xiang's heavenly magic sword was still as invincible as ever. He gathered all of his power and swung his sword at Immortal He-Sen's neck. He-Sen's head immediately tumbled to the ground and he immediately rushed over. The meteor immortal power beneath his feet erupted outwards and stepped on He-Sen's head. Boom! He-Sen's head was smashed into smithereens by his foot, causing sparks to fly everywhere, and fell onto the ground, burning with raging flames. The real him was already hiding inside the spatial crack and waiting for an attack. Therefore, when Yu Yan tried to distract He-Sen's attention, Chen Xiang made his move and used the extremely sharp heavenly magic sword to cut off He-Sen's head. Chen Xiang received 2 simple and crude moves and actually killed He-Senator. He was so shocked that both Chu Hongqing and Yu Yan were speechless. Chen Xiang had killed He-San, so the few men who came with him were all stunned. They did not know how to react. He-Sen was their leader and was extremely powerful. But now, He-Sen was killed by a little kid just like that. The head is dead, we have to bring him back. Otherwise, we cannot explain ourselves and capture them all. A man that followed He-Sen said, kill them too. Chen Xiang suddenly sent a sound transmission to Yu Yan's position in Fire Reverend School was very high. If this matter were to spread, not only Chen Xiang, but even Yu Yan and LV would be in trouble. Yu Yan immediately took action, and LV immediately followed along. Chu Hongqing clenched his teeth, took out a red long blade, and also killed the few men who followed. Senator Chen Xiang immediately hid himself inside the spatial crack. Just now, he had only been able to kill He-San because of his sneak attack. Right now, those few people all knew that he had this ability, so they were secretly on guard against him. Therefore, he did not plan to join the battle. He believed that Yu Yan and the others could definitely take care of these people. The overall strength of Yu Yan and the others were already very strong, and with the addition of the goddess of fire, Chu Hongqing, to join them, the other party was currently being tightly suppressed. There was no way out for them. After a while, Xianxia came out of the spatial crack. The battle outside had ended. Fire Reverend School probably doesn't know. Xianxia said. No, just clean up this place. But they should know that these guys are dead by now. Ying said. They must have had life orbs inside the Fire Reverend School. Chu Hongqing sighed. If leader knew that I had done such a thing, he definitely wouldn't let me go. Xianxia laughed. Who asked that his son to kill himself? That fellow is mentally ill. He wanted to kill me and you earlier. If I did not kill him, we might all die. Ying nodded his head. This guy is very strong. He is one of the strongest beast hunting squads in the Fire Reverend School. And this small team was formed from Hisen's support. The teammates beside him have already been changed many times. It seems like his teammates were killed by his brutal personality. Xianxia took out the Chuangshi God furnace and placed all the bodies inside it to burn them. Bro, your sneak attack skills are truly superb. It seems like you've done quite a bit of work. Yuyen laughed. Just now, Xianxia was extremely experienced. Only by doing it frequently could he cultivate to such an extent. Xianxia only laughed. There's nothing I can do. I'm too weak. If I want to kill strong and weak, I can only do this. Yuyen laughed out loud. Looks like in the future, when you kill someone, you must smash their head or else you might not die. Hisen is too arrogant. If not, you would not suffer such a loss. Although they had killed a powerful team in the Fire Reverend School, Ying and the others were not worried at all. They were also secretly pleased, especially news about Ying, who bought the Lightning Dragon Eagle from Hisen. Xianxia and the others returned to Fire Tao Divine Place, where Xianxia and Chu Hongqing currently resided in Ying's shop. The shop was a tall tower, and there were many empty rooms on top of it. Hongqing, don't you need to go back to the Fire Tao Divine Place? Xianxia asked as he took off his clothes. No, you don't need to go back. What are you doing? Seeing Xianxia taking off his clothes, Chu Hongqing's face changed slightly as he asked worriedly. Take a bath. You're my servant now, but I've never seen you serve me. Why don't you come over? Xianxia laughed sinisterly. Chu Hongqing pouted and walked over to help Xianxia take off his clothes. Moreover, she had to help him get hot water. Today's harvest was pretty good. Let's have a good rest first. After Xianxia finished showering, he comfortably lied on the bed, closed his eyes, and fell asleep. After Chu Hongqing finished showering, she saw that Xianxia was lying on the bed naked. The first time she saw a man's entire body, her beautiful face immediately flushed red. She then hurriedly walked over and covered him with a thin blanket. Xianxia suddenly opened his eyes, laughed sinisterly, and pulled her onto the bed. I want to hug you and sleep. You don't act recklessly. I only promise to be your servant. Chu Hongqing pouted as he held her in his arms. You are my servant, and I can do whatever I want to you. Master-servant contract said that you cannot resist master. Xianxia hugged her, blew her earlobes, and then laughed evilly. Xianxia was also only carrying her to sleep, but her hands were just a bit dishonest. Chu Hongqing had accepted it, but she was a little disappointed now. Xianxia was actually only carrying her to sleep, and did not do anything else. This brat. Chu Hongqing wanted to pull Xianxia's bad hand away from her chest, but to no avail. She silently sighed and could only give up. Daybreak, Chu Hongqing helped Xianxia put on his clothes, and then Xianxia went to find Ying. He had sold the 10 Yaoga danes he had refined at Ying's place, and obtained 10,000. Then, he had sold a lot of wine from the hotel to the side, and had a good drink with Yuyen. The wine here was extremely strong. Xianxia had drank a lot, and was drunk at night. Chu Hongqing nagged as he helped to wash the wine off his body. In the middle of the night, when Xianxia woke up, he saw that half of Chu Hongqing's clothes were in disarray and half of his chest was exposed. However, seeing that Chu Hongqing's upper body was in a mess, he heaved a sigh of relief. So beautiful! Xianxia couldn't resist reaching out his hand to rub it. Chu Hongqing also immediately woke up, then slapped away Xianxia's hand. Didn't you touch it enough last night? It hurts so much. Chu Hongqing said with a red face. I already told you not to mess around with that bastard, and you didn't listen. If someone came to find trouble with you, with your drunk look, you would definitely be beaten to death. Hee hee. I only want to sleep this time. Xianxia snickered, carried Chu Hongqing, and then fell asleep beautiful. When Xianxia woke up, he did not see Chu Hongqing. He hastily dressed himself and walked out of the room. Speaking of which, it was not bad to have Chu Hongqing to accompany her. It was a great thing to have such a beautiful, prestigious, and powerful beauty as a servant. You didn't leave, you worried me to death. Xianxia laughed. I didn't do anything to you last night, right? Humph. Chu Hongqing spat out, and said in a low voice, It's only making my pinching more painful. Xianxia had his own principles in this regard. He would not do that sort of thing to a woman who did not have any feelings for him. Hongqing, teach me how to refine pills. It would be best if you could teach me how to use the lightning dragon eagle in my hands to concoct pills. I still don't know how to deal with those lightning dragon eagle. Xianxia said he needed to hurry up and cultivate his Tao body. He was currently too weak. No matter whether it was the strength or the physical body, the lightning dragon eagle were both extremely powerful. If Xianxia had not used the Six Realms mirrors to reflect their strength back, it would have been difficult for them to kill the lightning dragon eagle at that time. Before, Chu Hongqing knew that Xianxia did not understand anything about the pills here, and she had also said that she would teach Xianxia how to refine pills. Generally speaking, beast meat and beast blood can be used to concoct pills. However, this needs to be accompanied by some medicinal ingredients. Chu Hongqing said, Other than this, I will need a pill furnace that has a lot of space inside, because at that time, I will need to store the huge body of the lightning dragon eagle inside. What can a refined pill do? Xianxia took out the heavenly furnace. The interior of the heavenly furnace was quite large. Let's see which aspect you need to improve. Physical body, divine deity, and bones are all fine, but this will mainly depend on the ingredients used. Chu Hongqing took out a few medicinal ingredients and placed them in front of Xianxia. You should know this herb. It is used to refine Yaogadan. However, it has to be of a higher grade. It was a high-grade heaven-step medicine. It was able to refine a high-grade heaven-step pill. If it is refined with beast meat and beast blood, eating it will help you form your bones. The last two medicinal ingredients are respectively related to the flesh and blood of the divine deity. Is the high-grade heaven-ranked medicine expensive? Xianxia asked again. Sky pill was a common sight here. There were a lot of ingredients. Not too expensive. You can buy it with 5,000 jade money. If they were able to refine high-grade heaven-ranked Yaogadan, one pellet could be sold for 10,000 jade money. It was just that it was easier to fail during the refining process, and there were fewer pills. In order to guarantee its success, Alchemist would usually lower its quality. If I add the beast blood and meat to make it, how much more expensive would it be? Xianxia asked again. 5 to 10 times depends on the quality. Usually, buyers will invite an appraiser to appraise a pill that costs 10,000 jade money per pellet. Chu Hongqing laughed tenderly. Young master, do you really lack jade money now? You need jade money. I have it here. You should first refine a pill for yourself to eat so that you can become stronger. That's true. However, a lot of jade money are needed in order to buy a lot of high-grade medicinal ingredients. My goal is to refine those high-grade, useful divine pellets. Let's forge this first. Chu Hongqing passed the medicinal ingredients to Xianxia. She was currently very good to Xianxia, just like how she was to her own master. Put a lightning dragon eagle into my storage box and let me deal with the corpse. You can refine the ingredients first and then add in the beast meat and beast blood. Chu Hongqing took out an exquisite and beautiful small wooden chest. After Xianxia placed one lightning dragon eagle inside, he started to release flames to refine the medicinal ingredients. Right now, he was also refining Yaogadan, but the rank was higher. These medicinal ingredients are not easy to deal with. From the very beginning, Xianxia had already felt that it was extremely difficult. The Yaogadan that he had previously refined was a low-grade heaven stage, but now it had directly jumped to high-grade heaven stage. Not long after, Xianxia's heavenly furnace made a loud bang. The furnace exploded? Chu Hongqing slightly frowned. I was too careless. I should have let you refine a mid-grade heaven-ranked spirit beast first. It's fine. There was a slight mistake. Xiang said, then put away the heavenly furnace and took out the Chuangshi god furnace. Chu Hongqing gave him another batch of ingredients. She looked at Xiang's Chuangshi god furnace and asked, is this pill furnace powerful? Very powerful. Xiang laughed, and then continued. Chu Hongqing was currently dealing with the lightning dragon eagle's corpse. All of this was done inside her storage box. Her small wooden box had a lot of space inside, and was able to store the corpse of a huge savage beast. She then controlled the many sharp blades inside to cut apart the corpse of the savage beast, and at the same time, collect the beast's blood. The alchemist here were all familiar with these things. Although Chu Hongqing was a girl, he had to do these things himself often. Xiang's previous failure was also because he did not have enough fire energy. He did not expect that the usually weak medicinal ingredients would suddenly increase multiple times during the process of refinement, and become very difficult to refine. It was because he could not suppress the swelling power of the medicinal herbs with his strong flames that caused the furnace to explode. The grade of these medicinal herbs must definitely far surpass that of a heaven-rank divine pill. Xiang thought to himself. He quickly reached the place where he failed previously, and this time he successfully passed through. The flames released by the Chuangshi god furnace also had a strong stability, which was very useful for him to refine pills. 3 days had passed and Xiang was still refining. After all, this was a very difficult heavenly pill and it was normal for it to take time. Hongqing, when will you be able to join the beast blood and meat? Xiang asked. It's best if you prepare to condense the pill. Chu Hongqing said. You've reached that level now? It's done. Xiang nodded. This is way too fast. It's only been 3 days. Chu Hongqing could not believe it. Xiang had not even reached the Dao Ti realm. Her cultivation must be very weak. The fire she was releasing must be limited, not to mention Xiang, even she would need 5 days. It's slow for me. Xiang laughed. The beast blood meat is inside. Chu Hongqing took out a small jade box. It was a storage magic treasure, and inside it was the beast meat that Chu Hongqing had distributed to them. Xiang threw it in, and not long later, it was refined and smoothly mixed into the medicinal liquid. Is that all? Xiang felt that it was too little. The beast blood was just a vat, and a few 100 kilograms of beast meat. That lightning dragon eagle was actually very big. Do you want to refine the entire lightning dragon eagle? If you just add a little, that will be enough. 1 lightning dragon eagle will be enough for many times. Chu Hongqing said snappily. Get 2 more. For portions. Xiang said. Quickly. Chu Hongqing had no other choice. He could only give 4 to Xiang according to the amount he had just given. After Xiang poured the pellet in, and refined it for 2 hours, the liquid inside started to emit a faint golden light. The effects are indeed quite good. Xiang laughed. I never thought that savage beasts could have such uses. He divided the medicinal liquid into 5 groups. This was also the reason why he wanted more beast meat and blood. It was because he wanted to concoct more pills. Chu Hongqing saw that Xiang was successful, and also secretly hoped for Xiang to produce a pill. She and Xiang had formed the master-servant contract, so even if she was unable to obtain the pill refining skills that Xiang had inherited, but if Xiang was able to concoct many good pills, she would definitely obtain many good ones. It's a success. Xiang laughed, opened his pill furnace and took out 5 golden pellets. 5 pills! Chu Hongqing shouted in surprise and admiration.